Hello Aquarius and welcome to my channel GreenLion Goddess Tarot. This is your fortnightly reading for June the 16th through to the 30th. So it is moving from Gemini season through to Cancer season. As a general reading, Aquarius, just take what feels like right and leave the rest. It is for Sun, Moon and Rising, so be sure to watch all of your signs, Sun, Moon and Rising, to get the fuller picture and the more holistic view of what's going on for you. And if this reading does really resonate, there will be an extended reading. The link is in the description box below, and I'll talk about that a little bit more later. So what's come out for you? The Ace of Pentacles, Earth, beautiful, and Pentacle 5, Venus, Taurus. Okay, so I feel like you're going to be looking at things around your value, around money, new ideas and new opportunities to come in and bring more of that in. This can be related to material possessions, however that plays out, and it can also be related to body as well and self. We also have Sword Prince, Gemini, Chariot coming through, and we are in Gemini season for a little bit still. So yeah, I mean, Gemini, Chariot, there is a sense of learning more, finding out more information, maybe learning some new skills in order to bring in this greater value of who you are, more money even. So let's see what else is coming through for you, Aquarius. Just wanted to say that if you wanted to support the channel and the growth of this channel, that if you appreciate this content, then please like, subscribe and leave a comment. We have the High Priestess. Some of you might be thinking about leaving an old form of income and starting up your own business as well, and generating a lot of new ideas around that. The Ace of Wands, or a new idea, way to make money. Let's see what else is coming through for you, Aquarius. Let's just shuffle and get these cards down. The Knight of Wands, fantastic. The Ace of Swords, wow, okay. Got quite a few aces. The Queen of Pentacles, Judgment card. The Tower, wow. The Two of Pentacles, Justice, and the King of Wands. Wow, okay. So interesting, because Mars has kind of at this stage would have, and look, turned into Leo, into the sign of Leo, gone into Leo. The Star, there you are. You've turned up at the end, Aquarius, as yourself. So that's fantastic at the bottom of the deck. We are looking at a lot of fire, a lot of your kind of almost opposite energy here with the Leo energy, but it's not quite Leo. It's kind of more Saggy, Aries that's coming through here. So it's kind of more palatable, something that you kind of want that's actually more easier to kind of accept rather than having like a bit of an oppositional energy to it. So the High Priestess is highly intuitive. It's around your intuition, crossed by the Ace of Wands. Intuitively, maybe you're getting this sense that something's coming through. But maybe with the crossed by the Ace of Wands, maybe it's not something that you're necessarily wanting just yet, or it's something that the right opportunity hasn't come through yet for you. So you are looking for that opportunity, but it's kind of like maybe it hasn't quite, you haven't quite found what feels really right, something that you really, really want. And that's why we have with this Knight of Pentacles. But it's like you've got your little intuitive senses out, feeling. Because the Knight of Wands is a real, let's make some, in your conscious mind, need to make some positive changes here, need to take some big strides, need to find what it is that I'm looking for, need to really go out and make that opportunity happen. So it's feeling quite very motivated to go out and find the missing opportunity, or the thing that you're looking for, that you're missing at this moment in time, that's going to bring you that sense of more money or a greater work opportunity. It's kind of interesting. So it's like, well, if it's not falling in my lap, I'm going to go out and find it. And interestingly, at the base, you have the Ace of Swords, which is clarity, definitely very clear about what it is that you want. You're just not necessarily getting it right at this moment. But with the Ace of Pentacles, it is saying there is this solid opportunity right next to you. It's coming. So the Ace of Swords is saying this needs to feel right for me. It needs to feel like it's part of my higher purpose. It needs to feel like I'm on the right track. This really belongs to me, this opportunity. So it could also be that there's a brilliant new idea that comes in for some of you, and it's a brilliant new way to be either getting more money, more recognition, seeing more value. So it can be any of those things. Interesting, in the recent past, you have the Queen of Pentacles, and this is very much the energy of looking after yourself, looking after your money, nurturing a position that you found yourself in so that you're not losing anything, you're keeping it, you're keeping some kind of stability. But it can be a lot to do with self-care, the Queen of Pentacles, realizing that it's one of those things that once you start realizing your value and looking after yourself a little bit more, that's when you want more of it coming in. It's like I want more of where that came from. And interestingly, in the near future, you have Judgment, which is the double ending. A lot of stuff being flushed out. So it is kind of like you're almost forcing something to come to a head so that it kind of clears. There's some sort of block that clears. So the Judgment card can be things, it can be that energy of wanting to clear stuff out, like you might want to do spring cleaning or clean your desk, or it can be this sense of just letting go, culling social media, culling people that you don't, cutting back on just people that you don't necessarily want to be friends, like defriending some people. You're like, they're not my friend. I don't even know them. It's a sense of just releasing a lot of stuff, like clearing stuff out. And that's what I feel like you're doing. You're like, right, well, if there's no space of what's coming in, there hasn't been the space for it to come through what I'm looking for, I'm going to create the space. And that's what you're doing with the Judgment card. Energetic, physical, however it appears, you're clearing stuff out that you don't need anymore. Throwing out stuff in your wardrobe, clothes you don't wear, whatever, however it appears. And that's why it's interesting you're presenting as the Tower card. And it's kind of interesting. Sagittarius also just got the same card in the same position. So if you've got any Sagittarius in your chart, you might want to watch that reading as well, because you might have some very similar energies going on here. And that also did have the Ace of Pentacles. So it's got some similarities that I think that, yeah, you should watch that if you do have Saggy Rising or Saggy Moon or any of those things. But the Tower, if it don't fit, I don't want it anymore. I'm ready to change, and quickly. I've had enough, I'm ready to move on. I'm sick of sitting around waiting. So the Tower card can be quite volatile, could be quite unstable. It could be quite, you could find yourself getting in fights or with people just because there's this sort of eruptive energy coming up. The Ace of Pentacles is there. So it's this sense of wanting to really step into something new, make a very dramatic change. Again, it's that sense of this doesn't fit anymore and I'm not wearing it. I'm moving on, and you can apply that to anyone or anything in your life. So, yeah, ready to be liberated. Really a sense of, a very high sense of awareness of who you are and what fits and what doesn't anymore. So it could be that inspiration strikes as well with this Ace of Swords and the Tower right next to each other. This brilliant new idea comes in and suddenly it's like, right, I'm off to do this. So I know what needs to happen now. Interestingly, in the energy surrounding you, you have the Two of Pentacles. There's something out of balance, particularly on that earth energy level, which can be you feeling a bit stretched. Maybe your energy's in two different camps. You know, you've got two different jobs. Maybe you're juggling money. There's instability around money. There's a sense that nothing is stable. There's not stable ground around you at the moment, which can feel a bit disorientating. It can feel a little bit... I think it will be okay because you've got this Ace of Swords here, which is your element. So it's like as long as I've got a very clear direction as to where I'm going, I can handle a little bit of this instability. So that's actually really good. That's good, I think. And then we have Justice coming in as hopes and fears, new contracts, things going in your favour, balance being brought in where there clearly isn't. There's some destabilised energy here. So it might be you just don't necessarily feel like you're being yourself. You're feeling quite reactive and different as well. So the Justice card is wanting to bring in balance within relationships where perhaps there is some really obvious imbalances at this moment in time. And what I love is the fact that the King of Wands came out, which in some decks this is a Leo card, but it is very much in this deck, it's more of an Aries energy. And it is about, and I'm only saying that because Leo is your opposite sign and it doesn't feel like it feels like it's the right path for you. It's like you're going to know exactly where you're going, why and what. You might not have necessarily found what it is, but you know what you're looking for. That's for sure. And that's part of the puzzle piece. And this King of Wands is exactly that. He's a very empowered energy. He sets this Knight of Wands in whatever this new direction or this desire that you're kind of thinking about right now, where it is that you want to go and what changes you want to make. Suddenly you feel a lot more in control of that energy as an outcome, and you're feeling very much like you can make this a reality, that this is your vision, not somebody else's, and that you're feeling really good around this, ready to make some decisions, to really take some action, some positive action towards what it is that you want. And so the King of Wands is a very empowered energy. It's like I made the changes. I went through this process. I cleared a few things out and I got to where I wanted to get to, which is to be that King of Wands, because the King of Wands has the vision. He's the one that's holding this Ace of Wands. He's the one that's the key to this thing that's missing here with this Ace of Wands, the opportunity. He holds that opportunity. So it's almost like you're holding the opportunity in your hand, or you meet someone that is holding that in their hand and can help you. So it's very much getting motivated, setting new goals, getting the fire under your belly. And I don't know why I'm shuffling, because I just shuffled away the Star card, which was here. Because what I was doing, we were moving on to you. And then you're going to feel more like yourself again, which is the Star card. Feeling very guided, feeling like you're on track. You feel this energy feels a bit like something went a bit off the rails and needed to be brought back on to the right destination. And it's a sense of coming back to yourself and feeling divinely inspired and guided, being able to replenish that soul energy of yours. And feeling very much, the Star card can be wishes coming true. So, it's like you're wishing for something here, trying to manifest, putting it out, and it's not coming. And so it's like just doing it myself, taking matters in my own hands. So I feel like it's this very empowered energy coming through for you, Aquarius. And it's very future orientated. It's very much sense that there's hope now for the future, which is actually really positive. And, it feels good. It feels like you're heading in the right direction. So it says, it is safe to look within. As I move through the layers of other people's opinions and beliefs, I see within myself a magnificent being, wise and beautiful. I love what I see in me. That's actually really amazing. That's really beautiful, because this is what you're doing. You are coming back to yourself and seeing that you are the star. You are the star card. And it's also what I'm getting here with the High Priestess now crossed by the Ace of Wands, is that this is you seeing that you have this within you. But maybe other people can't see that. Maybe other people aren't seeing what you're seeing that you can do, or what you're seeing that you want. Other people are not seeing it. It's not being mirrored back at you. Maybe it's not being presented to you. And so it's a case of, well, I know that I've got what it takes. I know what it is that I want. So I'm going to go and get it. I know I've got this inside of me. I know I can do this. So it's, very much like going into battle and fighting for yourself, honoring yourself, standing up for yourself. It's really beautiful energy, Aquarius. It's lovely energy, very lovely. And so overcoming some things that could have been crippling you or could have been holding you back. No more holding back, no more. It's believing in yourself. There's this incredible belief in yourself coming through here. So let's have a look. Oh, wow. And we have this beautiful horse. And, horses are about liberation, about freedom. They're about the direction that you're going in, more to the point. And we can see the Knight of Wands, it's heading in this positive direction towards what you want, taking some big strides. You can see this horse is frolicking. It's free. It's having fun. It's been liberated from an energy that wasn't it. It was liberated from an energy that had kept it limited and small. So it's a fantastic sense of freedom that comes through with this. And to enjoy this, really enjoy this, can be a little bit like let your hair go wild, let your hair down, safe, because the Tower card can be, it could be some wild energy around with that as well. But it does kind of settle down. It's kind of like you almost need to kind of go, and break free of something. And then you kind of go, it's alchemical is what they're showing me. It's like you've transformed, but you've turned into a totally new person, which is more you. It's like you've shaken something off and gone, no, that's not me. And I've turned this version of me, which felt like a heavy coal, into gold, into liquid gold. So, beautiful energy, Aquarius. I think it's fantastic. So that's it for this part of the reading. I think it's really a lovely sense of liberation that's coming through, which is beautiful. And so I'm going to take it over to the extended reading now. Oh, sorry, that's just my timer going off. We're going to take it over to the extended reading now, where we're going to pull some cards. What else do you need to know about this part of the reading? We're also going to pull some cards for the near future. What's coming in with this judgment call, this clear out, this rebirth almost, what's coming through with that? And then what else is coming in with the future outcome and the future beyond with that King of Wands? Now that you've got that Ace of Wands firmly in your hand, that opportunity or that vision of what it is, maybe you didn't know what it was that you wanted, but now you do. What does that look like? What comes in with that? So we're going to pull some cards around that, and then we're going to focus in on career, money, love and relationships, and pull some cards specifically for that. So I'd love it if you come over. It's kind of interesting because there's always things that come in that are surprising. So if this is where we're leaving each other, Aquarius, thank you so much for joining me. As I mentioned, I forgot to tell you where the extended reading is. So the link for that is in the description box below. I usually pin it to the comments as well. But if we've made it this far together, please like, subscribe, leave a comment or share, because that is the way to let YouTube know that you have appreciated the content and you support the channel. So thank you so much. I always appreciate your support, and I look forward to seeing you next time. Ciao.